Right, with standard form, okay, finding standard form this value, when you're multiplying, right, or dividing as we've got here, it's best to keep it in standard form. That's the best way around it, right, when you're multiplying or dividing. So we'll keep this as it is, 4.1 times 10 to the minus 5, but we'll change this to 3,000 because that's not in standard form. We'll write this in standard form because 3,000 is 3 times 10 to the power 3, isn't it? Okay. That's what that would be in standard form. And then it's easy because all you've got to do now is put the numbers together. So I might write them side by side. 4.1 times 3. And then put the powers of 10 together. Okay. And then you've got to do 4.1 times 3. Well, 4 times 3 is 12. And 0.1 times 3 is 0.3. So 12.3, isn't it, basically? Times the numbers. And then when you times these powers of 10, of course, remember with indices, when you times powers, you've got to add them. So minus 5 add 3 is minus 2. Okay, so that's what we've got there. But we're not done, right? Because remember, with standard form, the number here has to be between 1 and 10. And of course it isn't it? It's not between 1 and 10. So we need to do a little bit more work. If I write it up here, okay, now in order to get that number between 1 and 10, the decimal point needs to go to the left, doesn't it? So we get 1.23. Okay, and I've made this smaller. Okay, so to sort of compensate, I need to times it by 10, don't I? 10 to the power 1, right? Because if I times it by 10 to the power 1, if I times it by 10, this will get back to 12.3. If you think about it logically, 1.23 times 10 will be 12.3. So I've compensated that. I've got my number as it is. And of course you got this then times 10 to the minus 2. And then overall then my final answer will be 1.23 times 10, now 1, and then take away 2 is minus 1. Okay, we've done that. Part B, we're dividing, right? Now sometimes it's better to actually write it as like a fraction. Okay, that's what division is, isn't it? Okay, and then we'll do the numbers first. 1.5 divided by 3, of course, is 0.5, isn't it? If you think about it, you can do the bus stop if you want, but you can see that, can't you? The 3 goes into 1.5, well, there's 3 halves, isn't there, 1.5? So that's why it's a half. And then what's important then with the powers here, when you're dividing, you take them away, right? So 3 take away 6 is minus 3, okay? You take the powers away, of course, rules of indices, powers, you take them away. And you've got this. But again, you've got the situation where it's not in standard form because this number is not between 1 and 10. So we need to move the decimal point this time to the right, okay? So that means then we get 5, yeah? But to compensate, I've got to times it by 10. Now to the power what? Think about what I need it to be. Well, I need to make it, you know, this is 0.5, I've suddenly made it bigger. So to compensate, I need to make it smaller. So we need to put minus 1 there. And that, you know, if you times it by that, it would take you back then to 0.5. And then times 10 to the minus 3. And then overall, 5 times 10 to the power minus 4. Because when you're timesing, you add the powers there. And we're done on that.